Hello, and for God's sake, it's still not doing it.
For God's sake.
Actually, I'm going to admit this time it's not even doing it for you guys, so it might just take a moment.
Oh no. That was never a good sign when that happened.
We'll see if it will be all right. Hello and welcome, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me as you are back in the dumbass class with me, The Dyslexic Gamer, and my players as always.
Hello.
As hopefully you can hear us as we carry on with our campaign. We're in the last episode. I know it's the recap as always. In the last episode, the thingy's still not working. Our players had quite they did quite a lot. They took the Sky Chicken over to the mining camp, did some aerial surveillance, saw nothing had changed. And excuse me, I am very burpy today, so you got to deal with that. Seeing that nothing had changed at the mining camp, they took a quick trip over to Prim, the Fetit's fishing village, where from some very good rolls, which is unusual for our group, they noticed people and animalistic people taking cover in the buildings. They sat down and made themselves known. Some of the Fetits there did recognise some of the group. And an interaction happened where they discussed setting up new trade routes, reclaiming the mining settlement, and apparently a envoy will be sent to Izmir within the next 5-ish days or so. They then flew over to their new archaeotech base, where the cool Adeptus Mechanicus people are housed. They dropped off some Skytarians or Skytarians, some mechanics and some shield sisters. And after that, they flew over to the rogue trader Monolith, where Cray reprogrammed the transmitter, transponder, something like that, to broadcast Heinrich's family house's code, along with his personal digits, claiming this world for their house. And they're still in the same day, which normally that would have taken a lot more travel time, but flying around has its bonuses.
Thanks to the Sky Chicken, of course.
Yes, the Sky Chicken has greatly improved there. Also, I should remind people that the map was kind of fucky for your movement, so you probably should have got around a lot quicker anyway, but
yeah,
mistakes were made. So I'm probably going to say it's getting a bit later. So you're probably looking at about 1400 hours, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You still have time to do some things, but you may not want to engage in a large-scale operation at this moment. It is entirely up to the players what they do.
Yep.
I have prepared some things, but last time they were completely off script, so, you never really know what they're going to do. I wish I knew. I am a bit concerned that, oh, for God's sake, it's so far behind. Hang on a minute. Let me just, okay, so the YouTube studio is so far behind, but it's still showing me the intro screen, which is fine.
I was able to see it myself there. I was on it, just making sure that the audio was working right.
Yeah, it's showing me the intro because it's basically the loading time. It lags out. So I know that if you're watching live, you're seeing it live. It's just, for me, it's really far behind. So I've moved it up. It's probably gonna lag the fuck out of me again, and I'll get lost. And my YouTube studio is really, I'm pretty sure it's just Firefox. It's just Firefox. It's not very good.
I've been telling you this.
I know, but then I have to put in new passwords and try and remember YouTube passwords. And I know I told you I only had two, but
I mean that too, but or you can literally just port everything to the different web browser.
I know you promote
Because
Opera. You love it.
It has that option. You can just literally port all of your passwords.
I should probably try. I should.
It's that easy.
I know, but I'm a beast of habit. I know Firefox. When something goes wrong, I know how to fix it. I know Opera's probably going to be just as easy, but I'm stuck in my ways. I'm an old goat,
it's
remember?
Easier.
I'm getting old. Leave me be. I'm set in my ways now.
You wanna see something that should help give you even more of a boost? My dad is using Opera because he finds it easier. And my dad's 65 years old.
Yeah, I know. Well, hang on, 65, yeah.
If you're telling me you're less capable than my dad, then yeah.
Look, he's got 30 years on me. Leave me alone. Sad, getting older. It's sad. So it's just think when I get to my 40s and 50s, it's going to be my whinging is not going to stop. But never mind. I've got a face of a 40-year-old, but I've got a body of a 19.
Keep telling you.
I could have swore you said a 90.
90. No, I can still fit into my prom suit. God damn it! I am slim, muscular, and, from the neck down, gorgeous.
If my grandma was still alive, she would probably say you need to eat more.
If my grandparents were alive, they would continue to tell me that I need to eat more. It doesn't matter how much I eat. I've got a great metabolism.
My grandparents just shovel more food in me. If they could, they would use a rod.
If they could make me spherical, they would.
Get the shovel!
It's like, no, grandmother, I'm full. You still look hungry. Bunk, another full plate.
I literally just eaten dinner at my grandmother's house, and then all of a sudden, my granddad comes in and goes, "Oh, hey, Gary. Oh, jeez, you're looking a while hungry there. Here, let me throw you something together." I was like, "I've literally just eaten. Please, no."
So you are currently on the map. You are at the Rogue Trader Monolith. You have... Oh, I'm just trying to think. I believe you've actually left some Izmirians at Prim. Can't remember if you left some Izmirians at Prim or not.
No, we were going to, but they were going to get them at the
when you have the
anyway.
meeting, when you have the negotiate. Okay, so you still have your 3 Izmirians plus I believe you have like Anus or a Timmy. No, I think you have a Timmy. With you.
We have a Timmy, yes.
So, if you would like to go somewhere else and do some scouting or do some things, you can. If you need a reminder of your mission objectives, that's more than I can do that for you.
Last thing I remember. Sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
I was just going to say, or you can go off course to do whatever the hell you want, which is, happened last week.
Well, last thing I remember, our initial goal before we started doing the Grand Tour was to go up north to the Feds and see what's the status of the equipment base up north.
Oh, we already know what's happened here. There's a skeleton crew running this place. We learned that from the Prim as well.
Okay. If I'm remembering correctly, didn't we want to move along and go retake the ship?
So
retake what ship?
You have two.
The tower ship?
You have two scouting stroke combat areas. There's the crashed ship, and there's the Screaming Valleys. The Screaming Valleys holds the ICBMs, and it also has the anti-gravitic lifters and heavy equipment that the Adeptus Mechanicus needs.
Yes. Which we also need because dibs.
True. The Adeptus Mechanicus don't know that there are ICBMs on world, but I mean, you do. Oh, actually, I think one of the Magoses does know. I think one of the Magi knows.
So are you telling me we can make a Krieg 2.0 of this world?
Yes, we can turn this planet into Krieg if we wanted to. Although we
Like-
won't have as loyal and bloodthirsty of
I-
inhabitants.
I mean,
I don't think we.
we do have the wombs, I think.
What?
Well, we do have the wombs.
Yeah,
I
you've got the
think.
genetic augmentation
Yeah,
and
the Vita
beta
womb
womb
things.
technology. Maybe not in the same amount as what Krieg has, because I'm pretty sure they have factories worth, but, you know.
Yeah, they have breeding factories, both Vita and organic.
Yeah. Oh, also,
I don't think we want Krieg though.
just as a little, I've noticed most of my viewers are Americans. Thank you very much for your support. Please write a letter to your president, the orange man with little hands, to stop fucking tariffing us.
You cheeky fucker.
We're like your greatest ally, motherfuckers. We bled for you. You called us into a fucking war that lasted 20 years. Then you
Wait,
decide to
isn't that
fucking
Canada?
tariff us.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I'm just being a shit.
Yeah, Brazil isn't in
Don't
NATO.
forget,
You
our
weren't
greatest
dragged in.
ally is Portugal.
Brazil has nothing to do with this, buddy.
I know. Okay, so what do you guys think? Where should we go from here? Are we going back to Izmir to rest up for the night, then on to wherever? Or are we setting up here and then going from here onwards?
So we're trying to storm the mines, right? Next.
We're either going to go for the mines or the ship.
So,
I think
I
Jim
would
knows the
like
ship.
some more. I would like some more
Wait.
firepower for the mines.
just
I
as
mean, for
a
the-
as a reminder, when you go through the Screaming Valleys, you basically come to a junction. That's where
Yeah.
Kalindra died. You can go either to the crash ship or along the rest of the valleys where the corrupted battle servitors came from.
Yeah. Or we believe the Dark Mechanicus, maybe.
Yes.
We're pretty sure the Dark Mechanicus is, because, hey, fucky
I mean,
temperamental
we know
things.
the Dark Mechanicus is on world, so.
Well, they're probably just regular Mechanicus before, you know, everything went to shit.
Unfortunately, the previous road trader wasn't quite as scrupulous when he was putting out his call for aid. When you just broadcast your message quite randomly and broadly, you tend to pick up all kinds of stragglers
Yeah.
and rejects. Yeah, if you wanted to grab more meat shields, for example, you may want to head back to Izmir. If you want to do scouting, you don't have Cooney's drones, which were quite useful for scouting.
Yeah.
But you do have yourselves, and Cooney is quite good at stealth, so you can still. It's in your. You have the equipment and the ability to do it.
I mean, my drones are currently low on battery. I'm worried about that.
Did we not get a port, an adaptation port for you?
Not yet. They haven't worked on it.
I don't believe so.
That would be
damn it.
one of the long-term projects that
Yeah.
they need to spend time doing it. The thing is, if you were to take them to the crash ship, Cooney, you could just plug them in the crash ship.
That's
a
one of the
good
things
point.
that I want to do. That's
That
why I
might not be a
want.
bad
If we-
shout.
If we're able to reclaim the ship, that will solve a lot of issues.
Yeah. Although I don't know how much of the ship we can reclaim since it's kind of stuck. We're gonna have to probably use the gravitic crane
Out of
to fucking
character,
lift it.
we do have to Nurgle clean it, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Even if we can make a foothold into it.
just use a flamethrower bunch and just heat treat it.
Wait, hang on. We still have fucking Skytarians to drop off at the main base, right?
No, you've already done that. You did that last time.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, fuck yeah, that's right. God damn it, brain. Yeah, because we actually got the chance to see it from above.
Yeah.
Because that was what we were supposed to do last time.
Yeah. You weren't meant to travel through the fog defense systems. But you did,
Yeah.
and you didn't crash, so when you were on the boat, anyway.
We did good. Okay. Screw it. Should we just set up camp here and then take a little exploration traversal into the crash ship?
Sounds good for me.
Do a little scouting.
So, just to go ahead, Albie.
Are we?
I would like to make a flamer then, if you are going to deal with Nurgle.
Okay.
And maybe do an in between balls at help me a second, at the Mechanicus to increase the Promethean production. If you are going to burn a Nurgle infestation, I think
You did pick up a barrel of Promethium when you were at the Archaeotech facility, so you can refill the Sky Chicken, and you would have enough for.
No. I meant Promethium for the flamer.
Yeah. It's all the same. It's all the same Promethium.
Yeah, it is literally interchangeable.
The only difference is
I meant it in the way of we don't want to. The ship is fucking huge, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not that. Well, yes and no.
All ships are pretty massive in 40k. It's hard to get around that. But you have enough Promethium that you could easily refill your ship and have several canisters of flamer fuel made out of one barrel. So you should have more than enough Promethium if you wanted to build a weapon and refuel your ship. You could also probably make Molotovs as well if you wanted. So to make a flamer, I would probably recommend you go. I'd probably recommend you go back to the Archaeotech facility, as they have far more advanced technologies that you could use to create your flamer. I think I know how to do the creation for that particular item. So, right. So I'm going to take control for a moment.
Sorry.
Yep.
I was just kind of thinking there. We're going back to Izmir. You're going to start building the Flammenwerfer, correct?
No, the Archaeotech facility. Where the Adeptus Mechanicus are.
Okay.
We're going to the island.
Yes, we'll call it the island
so
now.
I was just thinking there. Could you convert some of my remaining bolt pistol shots into the incendiary ones?
Yes, you could.
Go from regular bolt shells to the I think it's Infernus bolt rounds. Just
Yeah,
it would be handy for me as well because I don't really have flame weapon training, but I do have bolt weapon training. So actually, I have flame weapon pistols.
yeah,
Training,
that could
which is
be
hilarious.
done. Because you do have several high-ranking Adeptus Mechanicus members in the on the island. So you come together as a group, you have a discussion. Clearly you're underprepared for the crashed ship. And Cooney puts out that she would very much like to recharge her drones. So Cooney, can you give me a piloting test?
Of course.
There's a -10 to your piloting test.
Okay. Hey.
I tried. I gave enough time. So you did succeed anyway. you did succeed. But I gave enough time for enough empty, dead air space for someone to shout something. But he was too lazy. So we'll say that as you're starting up the
He's
ship,
gonna
Cooney,
get better without me, all right?
as you're starting up the ship and going through pre-flight, your pre-flight checks, Heinrich is talking to Cray about improving upon the bolt shells. So Cray, you use the Voxcaster on the ship to communicate to the Adeptus Mechanicus, informing them that you're going to come back, and if the brothers and sisters of the cock... Oh, sorry, I burped then as I said cog, and it probably sounded like cock. I'm sorry, that wasn't... that burp was just so... Brothers and sisters of the cog, that you require...
Brothers and sisters of the...
Yeah. That you require flame weapons, and you require the assistance of the more adept members. They communicate back that, of course, they can make this happen for you. So you fly back to the island. Stick you there. I'm gonna have to zoom out a bit on the map as we let's try and get it so I don't have to keep there. That's good. So you fly back to the island. Again, you can see the defense, the passive defense of the sea mist ring that covers the island and obscures it from the land and other islands on the sea. With 3 degrees of success, Cooney, you easily come down into the armored hangar, which was once a planetary laser defense system. No more. The laser is no more. You land, it closes up. We'll say G7, because he's got nothing better to do, comes and greets you again. You go into the Archaeotech facility. They inform you that the Magos is still undergoing repairs, whilst his mind is he's still able to give orders and he's still able to talk. His body is still being repaired. They're still doing shit to him. So he can't assist directly. But as you've requested this, I imagine Cray's a little bit more open with them because they are a riser. And they're quite interested in what Tau technology could be stolen. They inform you that the Magos has taken all additional personnel to assist you in this endeavor of creating a few extra weapons to assist you. So Let me just have a look. I want to go to the Adeptus Mechanicus, which is them. I want to have a look at 3 different servitors just to see if any of them come equipped as standard with flame weapons. So yeah, you're led down into the Archaeotech facility, where you're taken to the workshop section. Inside of the workshop section, no, that one doesn't. The Adeptus Mechanicus personnel are already starting on some of the minor components that you may need. No, it's not servitor drones, they definitely don't, but battle servitors might. As one of them expresses to Heinrich that to adapt the bolt shells is quite a difficult task. They can't guarantee that you'll have many of them. But they will do their best to assist as best as they can. No, unfortunately, there are no flame weapons that are pre-built. So Heinrich and Cooney, you can make, you can ask basically for what you want, or what you'd like to have upgraded, and then you're basically shown to the living quarters where you can go and have a hot shower and have some somewhat decent food, because it's Archaeotech rations, ramen, very tasty, but you know, a few thousand years old. For Cray,
That's still fine.
For Cray, so what weapons do you want to make? Keep in mind, the basic flame weapon will be a basic flame weapon. It's more advanced to make a heavy flamer, and then it's more advanced again to make a pistol flamer. So the easiest to make is a basic, and then it's a heavy, and then it's a pistol variant.
Yeah.
And if you want to make poor quality, it makes it easier. Standard quality is just standard. If you want to make it good or best, it's going to take much longer. So what weapons are you trying to make, Cray? Or what weapons can you actually use?
Is he waiting for me to shout at him as well? Oh. You can do it, Craig. Hey, +10.
So Cray, what flame weapons can you use?
Albie? Nope.
Sorry, did we lose?
Technical difficulties.
Did we lose an Albie? It happens.
Yep.
We
I think he
might have lost
muted and
him.
deafened quite quickly there. I think he's in the sound settings at the moment. I think he has been talking. You just can't hear him.
Hello?
There we go.
Oh.
Hello?
Albie?
Oh no. Albie?
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
What flame weapons can you use?
In terms of training, I don't think I have any official training yet, so I don't know what I would need for it.
Oh wait, hang on. Have you got? Let me see. Because it is. Have you got universal weapon training.
One second.
Where is weapon training again?
It's under talents.
I don't think I put my universal weapon training under talent. I may have forgotten to do that.
Oh boy.
Look at your career and just see what career ones you can get.
I don't think Tau get that much in the way of flame weapons, do they?
I can get a lot of stuff actually because I can get the Xeno stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Tau actually have a flame weapon in their arsenal.
I think they do. I just don't
have
think they have
universal
awful
weapon
lot.
training.
Okay.
Universal weapon training basic or
Just universal weapon training. And
Oh,
also
okay.
heavy weapon training.
Oh, so you can use both heavy weapon and basic.
Yes.
Okay. So then it comes down to which one do you want? Do you want a basic or a heavy? I think you need... Oh, hang on. I've just come across this.
I'll go for the heavy flamer.
So if you want pistol, you do need pistol training and...
Yeah.
Yeah,
so there's a specific one for pistol universal, basic universal, and then heavy universal.
That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, you would need. So you've got basic, and heavy.
I will take the heavy flamer.
Okay.
There is flame weapon training universe. I can pick that. I just checked my advances.
Cool. If you want one, then Cooney, pick up your training for it.
I don't have. I'm missing 200 XP.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So in theory, in a little bit, I can grab it, but I'll probably, since it's universal, what are the flame weapons you can get?
That would be a basic.
Wait, hang on. You're looking for basic weapon training universal.
Yeah, so there are three types. There's pistol universal, basic universal, and heavy universal, which will give you the ability to use the flame weapons in any. That's also bolt weapons. That's also, because it's universal, it gives you all access to all the weapons.
No. Because look here. This is the finger that I have. Right at the bottom, the fourth up from the bottom. Flame weapon training universal.
Yeah, flame weapon training is its own separate.
So I think I'd be training every type of flame weapon, no matter what, but just the flame weapon. Because I think if you have, for instance, heavy weapon training universal, you'd have every type of heavy weapon training universal, including flamers.
Yeah, flame weapon training is actually its own separate thing. Fucking hell, okay.
Okay. So which one would you prefer to have then? A pistol, a rifle, or a heavy?
I honestly don't know the difference between them.
Range, damage, and clumsy. Obviously, if you have a heavy weapon, you do need to brace. I know it's a flame weapon, which does change. It does change things.
Oh,
because you're not actually rolling to hit; you roll for damage.
Flame does actually fall under heavy weapon training as well, so that's fine. So Albie can use heavy weapon flame. Jim can get the universal flame weapon training. I can't. I don't get it at all.
So Jim, which one would you want to have? Obviously, pistol gives you one hand that's free, but you've got less range. Your standard, there's really no negative to your standard, but heavy, I do believe if you don't brace, then the enemy getting a bonus to their dodge, to dodge the flames.
Yeah. But you also get more range.
And I believe more damage.
You know what?
Yeah, and more damage.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go. I have never used a heavy weapon ever in the 40k universe. I'll go with the heavy flamer.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's not a problem. So we want 2 heavy weapons in the flame variety. So I just want to have a quick look under. I bet it's going to be a bastard for me to find it in this one. I may have to just go with what I remember from.
Is it in the car? Because if it's in the road trader, if it's this one,
What you after, Jim? The
page
damage,
118.
the damage profile for it. Yeah, do you want the stats? Do you want the stats for the weapon?
Yeah, hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, the stats are going to be. It's not actually under flame weapon. It's under weapons. So I think you need to go to 132. And then
of the core rulebook?
I think so. And it should give you the list of all the weapons. And you have to, if you click on flame, it gives you the description of all the flame weapons. It doesn't give you their stats. So I think it's just under all the descriptions.
If you go to page 118. No, because in page 118, you do have the stats for the heavy flamer.
So
if it's this one, I mean.
I don't.
It's the last one.
I literally go to Laz.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, you are right. So it's
you
are. Yeah, you are right. It is 118 where the full list of them comes down.
I just posted it.
I do believe there's another variant. So you are going for rare weapons, just as a side note. They are more difficult to make. Basic flamers are only scarce, which are easier to make. In case that changes your mind on it.
I don't know if it's me roboting or if it's this.
No, you start the robot from me as well. This, can you hear us?
I can. Sorry, I'm also turning away from. I'm trying to look through the. I'm trying to look through the rule book, so I'm not actually facing anywhere near my mic.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry.
No, it's not a problem. My internet may be roboting as well. I would not deny anything. I was looking for the crafting section, but I think I'm going to have to go off my memory.
So there are 3 flamers in the core rulebook. There's an assault flamer in the ITS book. Which one's that again? ITS into the storm. That's the salamander assault flamer. It's a basic. There's the flame burst flamer in the hostile acquisitions book. A Beal Flame Incinerator. It's
just to keep in mind, you don't have the STCs for any of them. The only ones you would have, like the Adeptus Mechanicus, would guaranteed have the STCs for would be the basic ones in the book, because they're the most ubiquitous ones.
So just the ones in the core rulebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can make freely.
Oh yeah, the ones I'm actually seeing and the other ones are very much, the one there called Bale Flame Incinerator. That's a custom weapon for an Inquisitor. Never mind. There's a Sanctified Flamer. Footfall has its own type of hand flamer. That's also toxic. Good lord.
There's also a primitive flamer from the feudal worlds.
Which one?
From the feudal worlds. If you go on to the Inquisitor's Handbook from Dark Heresy First Edition, and you go onto the Feudal
yes.
World section, which I would allow you to make that one because it is a very primitive flamer.
The gas torch flame?
Yes,
Is it? Or which
I
one?
think so.
Gas torch. That is 5-meter range. That's very primitive, but good lord.
Hold on. Do I have to brace heavy weapons?
Yes. If you don't, they get an additional plus 20 to their dodge.
Okay. I'm just asking because it might just begin because in Dark Heresy 2 it had the brace thing, right? And this one it does. So, sorry.
All heavy weapons need to be braced. You can get upgrades
No. Perfect.
that mean you don't have to brace, or you can get skills that mean you don't have to brace. But yeah, if you, especially for flame weapons, it's an extra plus 20 to their dodge.
Yeah, brace heavy weapon, it's a half action. So, yeah. It'll mean like your first shot, you're not gonna quick aim.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You can't aim with flamers.
Oh, hello.
Just as a point, you can't aim with
good
flamers.
point. Yeah, there's no point aiming.
There's no hit. It's only a damage roll. Right, I'm going to have to go. Hang on, no.
You roll a 9, you
Crafting
explode.
ship. No, that's not crafting. Okay, I'll have to go off my memory then for crafting. Yeah, I'll have to go off my memory for crafting, I'm afraid. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, because you want 2 heavy weapons, they are rare, they are harder to build. So, Cray, I know you have the skills. So, can you give me I believe it will just be a tech use test. There is a minus 20 because you are making a rare weapon, but you get a plus 10 because you have the facilities to craft it. So it's a minus 10 tech use.
If I can help, I'll help.
You cannot. Yeah, you are surrounded by Adeptus Mechanicus. They may be like of Riser. They might be a heretics a little bit. But they still do all the rituals. They still do all the... And this is still like a holy place to them. So having a Xenos there is probably not going to be a good move. So it's a minus 10 for you, Cray. However, Heinrich did shout at you before he left, so it'd be flat. But you do need 7 degrees of success in order to build the weapon in one go. You got 3 degrees of success, so you've made a start. Cooney, are you sure you want a heavy flamer?
Yeah, why
It's only
not?
going to take us some time. It's only going to take us a couple of extra days. That's fine. Your time, lad. Fuck. Maybe we need to rely on Cray to build it.
Yeah,
more so than the other ones.
I can't.
Oh, sorry, that
just
should have been
one for me.
Sorry, that should have been a minus 10. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Should have. So it's 1 less degree of failure because they do have the facilities as well.
I was going to say, same facilities.
You you got here at about, let's say it was 3 o'clock that you got here. So Craig, can you give me another roll? Heinrich, you won't be in the workshop anymore. So it's a minus 10 for you, Cray, for this next roll that you do.
Okay.
So, Cray,
built it on the
you
second day.
have made your flamer. So you have one heavy flamer of normal quality. As you end the day and go off to sleep, the other Adeptus Mechanicus work in shifts, so they get to do more rolls because there's more of them. They currently have 4 degrees in total. Four, 5, 6 plus 1. They have 7. So you have another day has sorry. You were on day 182. Cray built his flamer. You guys have gone to sleep. The rest of the Adeptus Mechanicus have worked through the night. They have produced another flamer in the morning. Now you want the Inferno bolts. I believe Inferno bolts are very rare. Because I believe bolts on their own are actually... Sorry, I believe actually bolts are very rare. So these would be near unique. I think that's right.
Ammunition. Bolt shells are rare. The Inferno shells are also rare.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because as I look at this, Inferno shells are also you can also make a Inferno shells out of shotgun ammunition.
That can't be. That doesn't make sense because a bolt shell is a master crafted piece of. I get that they're rare, but to make them out of shotgun shells, that would have to be you're using a shotgun shell with a bolt shell to make.
Yeah.
To make them.
So no, it's both. Shotguns can have their own Inferno shells.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
bolters can have their own Inferno shells. It's not that you're using shotgun shells to make them for bolts.
Okay, gotcha.
Vice versa.
Gotcha.
But they're both the equivalent of just being rare. Apparently.
And you want bolt shells, correct?
I could actually do both, honestly. I could give them a magazine for my bolt pistol. So that's 8 shots. See what they can do with it, and I can also give them a bunch of spare shotgun shells I have.
Okay. So Cray, can you give me another tech use test with a -10? We're going to say that the Adeptus Mechanicus have another go. They're going to be working on shotgun shells. I didn't give a... What is it? It's rare. Probably. I'm going to say 5 degrees. I'm going to say 5 degrees of success will get you the Inferno shells. Probably should be 7, but it's only ammo, so it shouldn't be quite as bad. Adeptus Mechanicus are struggling, although these are just standard tech priests. Their chances are not as good as Cray's. So get one more to go.
I think we lost Ali.
So that would be 1 degree. That's 4 degrees. Give them one more go. There are many of them. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you get... It's a good point. Normally it's done by weapon. So I'm going to have to do it.
I gave them a
roll.
magazine for the bolt rounds and have 7.
So it's going to be 1d10. It's going to be 1d10 plus 2 for the shotgun. You get 5 Inferno shotgun shells.
Inferno. No problem at all.
Cray is the one doing the bolt shells because he has a higher chance of doing it.
God. I think we lost Ollie. I think he's went offline on Discord as well. I think he's went like either internet crash.
Okay. Just so we can move this forwards, I'm going to roll his sheet for him. I don't normally like doing this, but it's only for some bolt shells.
Yeah.
They had a lot of rolls. It was 1, 2, 3, 4.
God, GM is
Yeah.
rolling for a player.
That was an awful lot of rolls they made. So the Adeptus Mechanicus are probably fucked now. They did a lot of all-nighters.
Yeah.
But they did say they were gonna give you all the resources that they could. So
5 shots. I give him 12, but I only got 5 back. That's fucking sucks.
So
wow. Okay.
you get a full magazine from Cray of Inferno bolt shells, which is actually only like 4, isn't it? Or
It's
6?
8.
Oh, 8. Okay,
Yeah.
a few more. Okay, so you do. So you have 2 heavy flamers. You have 8 Inferno bolt shells, and you have 5 shotgun Inferno shells. The Adeptus Mechanicus will give you 2 reloads for the heavy flamers each. So you got 1 in the gun and 1 spare. Obviously, they are fabricating the pressurized tanks for the heavy flamers. Also, they're not interchangeable. Basically, you've got a pistol magazine, a standard magazine, and a heavy magazine. So,
Okay.
so Cooney and Cray will have 1 in the gun, 1 reload. But
It can't be shared with other flavors if we come across them.
yes, and Cray can recharge them. It's not like you throw them away and they're done with. You can just refill them and repressurize them.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if Cray would inform them that there is corruption on the ship. I imagine Cray wouldn't lie or hide information from them.
I think if he would or would not, can be retconned. So maybe just wait.
Yeah.
Also, just so you're aware, if you roll a 9 on damage, the weapon jams and possibly explodes.
The flamer?
Yep.
Because you don't fire to hit, you just roll damage on a 9. It counts as a critical fail.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
I rolled 2 d10s. So is it any 9?
Any
Yep.
9. Yep. So if you don't have
Just all of a sudden.
if you don't have weapon training flame, hang on. Weapon training flame, no, weapon training or heavy weapon is fired without bracing, the wielder suffers a -20 or -30 penalty respectively to his ballistic skill test, although you don't do a ballistic skill test, that's a bit dumb. When the weapon with the flame quality is fired, a wielder does not do a weapon training test. anyone in the weapon's area of effect gains a +20 to his agility to avoid damage. This bonus is raised to +30 if the flame weapon is heavy. So for both of you, if you don't brace, then they get a +30 to their dodge. But
And then this was
natively,
+20 to that.
well, natively it says here that they get a +20 to their agility test. As long as you brace,
Oh, so-
it's 20. If you don't brace, it's 30.
Wait, if I
If I
brace,
shoot
they have a
you, if I
+20?
shoot you with a flame weapon, Jim, you get a +20 to your dodge. Exactly the same
Not
if you
dodge,
shoot an enemy.
agility.
No. What was,
Not-
what
not
was I
No,
gonna
yeah,
say?
agility. To agility.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is flat agility, it is not dodge. That's the difference.
Okay. So if I didn't brace, they would have a +50. That's what I was going to ask.
No. Plus
No?
30.
No, you're right. It is. It's a +30 on top of the +20 because the base test is +20, and if you don't brace the heavy weapon, rather than the -30 to shoot, they have a +30
No.
on top of that.
It literally says here, the
Really?
weapon's area of effect gains a +20 bonus to their agility test to avoid damage. This bonus rises to +30 if the flame
Oh,
weapon is
fair enough.
heavy and the wielder is not braced.
Okay, that's less punishing than I thought.
Yeah,
then.
so it's not
only a minus
doubling
50.
it. It's not like adding it
Yeah.
on.
Okay, fair enough.
But that means if it's a pistol, if it's a basic, they will get a +20 to agility to dodge. So that's the saving grace of flame weapons. You always get a good chance to avoid the damage.
The thing is, you don't use your dodge. You use your straight up agility
yeah,
characteristic.
it's
So
agility.
it also kind of like, so you high dodge enemies and stuff still don't have that massive advantage because you're literally firing a massive dart of flame down a hallway.
Yeah, and if you've put all your points into dodge, not agility, then yeah, your agility test gets the bonus. That doesn't mean, you're getting your dodge bonus on top of that as well. It's just agility. And yeah, if you roll a 9, it goes into critical, and then we find out if it explodes or if you have to drop the weapon or what happens. It's not immediately it will blow up. Yeah, it's not immediate that it will blow up. You do have to do a test.
Let me see.
I believe you do a toughness test. If you fail the toughness test, then the weapon has a chance to explode. If you succeed the toughness test, then you basically drop the weapon. You chuck it away from you, and then it doesn't explode. You don't take any damage.
No, that's the plasma gun.
That's plasma
roll a
guns,
9, you
isn't
just
it?
jam. Yeah, if you roll a 9, you just jam.
No, because it counts as a natural 100. Remember, it counts as a critical.
Because the flame weapon makes no to hit roll when they are always considered to hit targets in the body, and will jam if the firer rolls a 9 on his damage dice before adding any bonuses.
I thought that would also count as a like you did another test to see if it blows up.
That's the overheats.
Is that the plasma one?
Quality. Yeah. So the overheats one has that quality, and there is a flamer with the overheats quality, but it's in one of the other books. The more you know.
Okay, then maybe that's a difference between Dark Heresy and this one. I know one of them, you have to roll again, and if you get in the 90s, it will blow up in your hands.
Yeah.
Or maybe, like you said, that's the flame overheat quality when it's the same. That could also be quite true.
I know grenades have something similar to that as well. You roll you roll a d10 on their misfire chart, and like on a 10, it just drops at your feet and explodes.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, flame weapons are so deadly in the game. There are deadly consequences if things fuck up. But that might be, they might have changed that in Dark Heresy, where they also have the if you fuck up really, really bad, it just blows up in your hands. Because I believe that's what happened to is that what happened to Avak's character? I think it is. I can't remember now.
No, Avik was already dead. He just overloaded his flamer to explode as flavor, if I remember correctly.
Oh, hilariously, that gas torch flamer that you pointed out in the Inquisitor's Handbook, an industrial tool. Upon taking damage to the back of the body, 50% of the fuel explodes, dealing a blast radius 4 meters to 2d10 energy damage. The wearer takes double the amount of damage and catches on fire.
Because yeah, I know if you do even 1 point of damage with a flame weapon, then they're set on fire, and they are literally on fire, and they have to just put themselves out unless they have certain traits which allow them to ignore the panic.
Something like the initial being set on fire is a +20, but putting yourself out of fire afterwards is like a -20, which is fucking terrifying.
Yeah. I will bring in the home rule of stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Which isn't in, I don't actually think it's in any of the books, but loads of GMs have added it. It might actually be in Only War. It might be. But yeah, if you succeed a willpower test, then you're able to stop, drop, roll, and then you get like a +30 to put yourself out.
It's not an Only War. And when Arius and I were looking at this for like a little fucking modification to like a modern day thing, I was like, oh, hey, what if we switch the ammo out with napalm? That way they can't use stop, drop, and roll because it doesn't work with napalm.
True, but that technology has been lost to the Imperium. Because that's what the salamanders used to use.
No, napalm is still a thing. Most flamers in the Imperium are napalm flamers. Because they're using the same jellified fuel as most of the other vehicles and stuff, so it's literally a jellified napalm. But that was literally just a way around. Like, okay, so you've got the regular flavors, and then you've got napalm flavors for like that alternate mod.
I'm pretty sure Vulcan destroyed the STC for that. I swear it's in the fluff that there was a like radioactive version of napalm, which they
that's been destroyed. Yeah, that's the what do you call it? Phosphex.
Is it Phosphex flame?
Yeah, that's Phosphex.
You know, so devastating. Vulcan was like, I can't allow this to exist.
No, it's worse. The Phosphex rounds are Phosphex is toxic flames that seek out living creatures.
So Cray.
Hold on. Wouldn't that be actually great against the orcs and the Tyranids?
Yes, but it's so devastating.
However, it was being used. But the thing is, it was being used against other humans during the time of like the Great Crusade. So while it was also being used against orcs, it was also being used against humans. And literally, Papa Salamander went, "No."
You know how Lionel Johnson has technology that was forbidden by the Imperium, and only he was allowed to decide when it was utilized. Well, him and the God Emperor. It's kind of the same thing with Vulcan. He came across this shit, was like, oh my god, this is so devastatingly powerful. It was left up to him to decide what to do with it, and he decided humanity cannot have a weapon like this. This is just too fucking devastating. And it destroyed worlds. You know, it was
actually after the fact. So he got his hands on it and destroyed it after the fact because Mortarion, the Lion, and who was the other one? I think it's the Destroyers or Gilliman. Perturabo, the Lion, Gilliman, and Mortarion all made use of it in one way or another.
year, so he destroyed the
their
STC. So
destroyer-
it's like there's no
yeah,
more.
so he straight up just went like, nope.
Albie, would Cray have told the Adeptus Mechanicus that there's corruptive, there's chaos on the Tau ship, there's Nurglings?
Maybe. Like, I was out for the last 10 minutes because of a blue screen of death, so kind of
Oh
lost.
shit.
Oh shit.
Mm.
We've primarily been chatting lore in the last
Yeah.
5-10 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah, we were just chatting shit basically. Yeah, I would want to know if you would tell them that you're dealing with chaos, you're dealing with possible Nurgle infestation.
I would say that we are dealing with. I would say that. Yes.
Okay. You were provided with 1 dose of sacred oils, which will give one weapon the sanctified quality for 1d10 plus 3 rounds. So you'll have to apply it to your weapon. But if you do, it gets the sanctified quality for at least 4 rounds. This is classed as a very rare, if not unique, item, but it is rather good when you're going up against chaos. Maybe Nurglings are not the premier item you want to use this against, but where there are Nurglings, there could be other stuff. So
Where there are Nurglings, there are great unclean ones, unfortunately.
I think that's a clue by the GM.
Yeah. That's what we call in the business foreshadow.
I
think
just taking
that's
a
in the
hit
business
on the
called
vape then.
fuck up your butthole.
So, Cray, I did have to do a roll for you whilst you were out, or blue screen of death. You did get a natural 1. It was a bloody good roll. You made Heinrich 8 Inferno bolt shells.
Thank you.
So
Look on the bright side. You didn't waste your luck.
this is true. This is true. So you have now 2 heavy flamers. Both heavy flamers have 1 in the gun and 1 spare magazines. You, Cray, can technically reload the magazines because you have to put the Prometheum in it and then pressurize it. You can do that. You have 5 Inferno shotgun shells. You have 8 Inferno bolt shells, and you have 1.
Can you repeat that from the beginning?
2 heavy flamers. I mean, you just need to write down 1 heavy flamer for you, and Cooney has to write down 1 for hers. You've got 1 in the gun and a reload. The other stuff is all for Heinrich. So shotgun shells, bolt shells, Inferno shotgun shells and Inferno bolt rounds. And then for you, Cray, you have sacred unguents or sacred oils giving the sanctified quality for 1d10 plus 3 rounds. So for you, it's the heavy flamer, two magazines, and the sacred oils. Which are different to sacred unguents, which stop your gun from jamming.
Remember when I could make sanctified stuff?
Yeah, you made me sanctified cigars that I inserted into a lady. Who turned out to be a a gene stealer hybrid.
I mean, that was on you, not on me.
I know. Magnus was a strange person who turned out to be an Inquisitor later on. God help the Imperium.
Oh god, boy.
That sounds like heresy.
Well, the idea was that he put sanctified
No comment.
silver in the cigar.
That God helps the Imperium.
Yeah. But his
God help the
idea,
Imperium. Yeah.
his idea was at one point he was going to give it to a Chaos cultist as like a prize treasure, like the big bad of the series, and he would smoke it with Magnus as he's influenced the cult. And then as he takes a toke, he inhales sanctified silver shards, which would then give Magnus the chance to shank him. There was a plan. It was all planned out. I never got to use it, but it was all planned out. You know, to be like, I can.
Sure, it wasn't.
I could be a.
Of course, it wasn't just a perverse thing.
No, it wasn't that I was trying to be.
Then why did you shove it up her butthole?
Who was the president?
And then smoke it.
Who was the president? Who was supposedly? I think it wasn't Bill Gates. It was because that's the millionaire. It was not JFK. There was a president of the United States who was rumored to have inserted cigars into women and then smoked them. Can't remember. They did it as a gag on Family Guy. I can't remember which one.
It wasn't my Teddy. Teddy Roosevelt.
No, it wasn't Teddy. It wasn't the cowboy president. Damn it, which one was it? Can't remember.
They should bring Teddy back.
Get another cowboy in as president.
Albie, if you want to bring Teddy back, you're gonna have to learn necromancy, okay?
That might upset some Americans.
I mean, we could all do
Teddy
this.
Roosevelt is like the only good president that didn't fuck over the United States.
I don't know. Lincoln, you could also say was a deal, although he did allow for the Civil War. He didn't really push enough that this is gonna cost.
For the Civil War? You know what? No, just move on. No more. Oh god.
Yeah, we should have put down more, just like Trump. The cost, people, the money. If they didn't push that more, they would have understood.
That's the worst thing.
You're not freeing the slaves to be good. You're freeing them because it saves you money. War is expensive. He did push it, and he allowed for war.
It literally didn't save the money. It cost them money.
Yeah, it did. It cost them far more.
Then you have to pay him a fucking wage.
No, the Civil War cost far more than it would have cost to free the slaves and pay them a wage. That was the takeaway. Yeah, that was the big takeaway.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. So you've got your weapons. You got some additional bits. Was there anything else you wanted to do in... Oh, hang on a minute. Could...
Install one of our 8 perpetual motion machines.
No, you're hoarding them. You're hoarding them and collecting them. What for? Just to have it as trinkets. Just to have in your inventory. You're never going to use them.
These are my perpetual motion machines. What do you do with them? I use them to power my
massage chair.
Perpetual motion machine.
I am convinced that there is a drug trader somewhere that's using a perpetual motion engine to power his kettle.
Probably, yeah. It will be me when I get my kettle back.
So was there anything else you wanted to acquire, create whilst you're here?
Fuck, is there?
Actually, let me have a look at the Izmirians. See if I put that down, because I did put some equipment down in Izmir that was primitive that you could... Oh no, I'd have to go on to the locations, Izmir mining settlement. Did I put anything down on here that was... Then maybe it was. Hang on, I know I've got some stuff. I know I've got some stuff. So maybe it was under shop. Maybe it was under. See, look, you need to look under the shop list, and maybe there's some things there. No, not that one. Inquisitorial handbook. Well, I didn't even fucking put anything in there, so that was useless.
Just put the fucking
Items. Did I put anything?
okay. Hang on. While we are, oh shit, no, there's not much. Is there anything they could forage for materials on this, like dry leaves and shit, like burnable material on this island, or was it all just like plain, or the all cut back for the what do you call it?
It is overgrown, the island. There is a lot of trees and vegetation. Like, it's had decades of no people being here, so it is overgrown. What were you thinking of?
I was
like medical stuff?
Of getting a bunch of getting a bunch of tinder essentially. So if we can get a bunch of tinder, we can have like the different little stationary fires throughout the place if need be. But now that I'm thinking about that, that's a stupid idea.
Yeah, that might cause some problems with breathing after a while.
Yeah.
Is it ranged weapons? No, that's crossbow slings. I was wondering if I'd left like fire bombs here, if I'd added fire bombs to the primitive stuff.
We could get fire bombs though now with the excess promethium and shit.
Yeah, I was trying to. So where would? The thing is, I know there are. What books do I have open at the moment? I've got the Bestiary. I've got 2nd edition open. I've got the core rule books. I've got Enemy Beyond. Oh, hang on. I have got. Maybe it's here. Stun, photon flash, plasma.
Looking for?
I don't think I have the one for flame bombs, to be honest with you.
Hang on.
Oh, and I guess they're basically Molotovs. They're basically Molotovs.
Wow, there is no fucking flame grenade in the base rulebook, really?
Yeah, there isn't.
Let me double check the.
I know it is in there. In fact,
what?
I'm pretty sure it's in the Inquisitorial Handbook.
Good lord. Rogue Trader has a shit ton of grenades once you look at the other books.
Yeah, it does. But they're so spread out, it's a bastard to fucking find them.
The Inferno Grenade, it's in Into the Storm, page 116. It's a thrown strength bonus ×3, 1d10 plus 3 damage, pen 6, blast 2, flame.
What rarity?
Rare.
So Cray, if you want,
I think that's specific. I think that's specifically like an actual, incendiary grenade, not just like
not just a Molotov.
Firebomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. A firebomb in Dark Crusade First Edition is plentiful, apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure in the Inquisitorial Handbook under the feudal world, I'm sure there's firebombs there, and they were basically Molotovs. Which, okay, look, you've got to light it and then throw it, so it's basically a full action with no aim. But if you wanted something like that, that would be easy enough to create. But other than that, unless there's anything else you want to try and create, guys, I think you've got your weapons that you need.
What do you think, Albie? Do you want to fancy crafting a few firebombs for us as well?
Definitely.
Go for it.
Sure.
I pour the diesel in the bottle.
So
This bottle's not
these
empty. Hang on, I'll take care of that.
these are fire bombs, not the flame bombs. You're not making Molotovs. You're making incendiary grenades. So it's a
Wait, what?
minus. Well, which ones do you want?
No, make the Molotovs, not the incendiary grenades. The incendiary grenades fucking they cost a small fortune.
Okay, so you're making Molotovs.
Yeah, but we're crafting them so they don't cost us anything.
Yeah, but they're also rare. So if the regular fire bombs, which are just fill a bottle with from Promethium, you don't have to prime it yet.
Don't forget we'll need some significant. Don't forget we'll need some significant damage to deal with these great enemy.
They're actually the same damage.
Oh, yeah. Then
Yeah.
do Molotovs.
And the regular fire bombs actually have so the exact same damage. It's the fact that you can't put fire bombs in a grenade launcher. You can put incendiary grenades in a grenade launcher. You can't put fire bombs in a grenade launcher. That's the main difference.
Man, I like the grenade.
I would add there is another if you were to, for example, if you fall off you could smash Molotovs. They're a little bit more fragile. I'll put it that way. You could break them. Whereas an incendiary grenade, even if you fall and land on it, you're still landing on a piece of metal that's not just going to break. But if you wanted to give it to some Izmirians and charge them in, you want to give a Molotov. So
I mean, we do need to purge a few more Izmirians.
True.
So
if that's the case, though, we could just make death cord and fucking strap it around them like a belt.
Yeah, but then you'll destroy the ship. You'll damage the things more. A bit of fire damage you can buff out. Explosive damage. So
Buff it out.
just give it a buff out. It'll be fine. You're making Molotovs, so Cray. I mean, this is gonna be super simple. I'm gonna go with the fact that they're plentiful. Jesus Christ, what is plentiful? So I believe that like
it's like a plus 30.
It's minus 20 for rare. So yeah, I think it's a plus 20. Hang on. Rare. So you go scarce, you go common, which is flat. And then from common, it goes 2 more to plentiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it 2 more to plentiful? I think it's 2 more to plentiful. So it is a plus 20 to your tech use, Cray. Which is, for you, is just fucking... Oh, actually, and it's another plus 10 because you've got the facilities to make everything. I'll tell you what, Cray, if you do it as a plus 10, I'll give you best quality. So you can have a plus 30 and you're getting standard ones, or you can go with a plus 10 and you're making best quality, which will basically, it'll have a metal casing around it. So you take the metal casing off, light it, and then throw it. The metal casing will stop them from breaking if you fall over or hurt you.
What if he does as a, let's say,
go for
HUD,
best qualities.
but makes 5 best qualities at a time?
So give me a plus 10 tech use test. For every 2 degrees of success, you get 1 Molotov. I'll be generous and give you an extra one because you'd be 1 off. I'll round up. Let's put it that way. So you'll get 3 best quality Molotovs.
Nice.
And technically, you could, for example, go to an Izmirian, take the metal casing off, give it to the Izmirian, and it becomes a standard one if you don't care about the Izmirian, you know. And then if you make more in the future, you've got 3
Don't tempt
cases,
me,
you know.
please.
Yeah, why
I mean,
not?
he's already trying to kill off most of our fucking Izmirians.
I mean, do we care about them though?
Listen, I don't mind if they die. I hope they die doing something useful.
Can they do something useful?
Yes, they can be meat shields.
Then they will die doing what they're supposed to do.
So, the last thing I need to ask, as there is an NPC here that you may have forgotten about but may be useful, do you want the Dark Angel to come along?
To a Xenos tech ship.
I don't think I want the Dark Angel
Fair enough.
in the Tau ship.
I would be more than happy to take him to the mine, but not the Tau ship.
Yeah, no, Cooney would be 100% against it because Cooney he's
I would also
hostile.
be against it. I know the reputation of the Dark Angels.
Fair enough. So Cooney
Lovely
can...
chaps.
And although Cooney has the talent to be a diplomat, she knows, when to, where to make the line. So
You know of the Astartes. They're not diplomatic. So Cooney, can I get a piloting test?
There's literally a notice in Tau society that says, "Do not attempt to convert on the Astartes."
Yes.
I'm not trying to convert anyone
Yeah.
close to the Astartes ever. So
It is impossible. Yeah, can I
even try to convert normally?
Good lord.
can I get a
Did you say
piloting test? -10, please.
-10, you said?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, -10 in 1, 2, 3.
That's fine.
I failed.
No. You again. You need to get -3 before anything bad happens. And I mean, if you were to get -6, you've crashed. But yeah, even a failure is technically a pass. It's just as you come up.
I know.
Perhaps as you come up, you just clip the side as you come through the armored entrance that you've been flying in and out of. Maybe it's the engine. One side gives a.
Don't make me injure the ship like that.
Maybe one of the engines pumps out a bit more power, or maybe one engine gives off a little bit less power. But as you're coming up, something happens and you clip the side. You hear a scrape of metal. But the craft doesn't give off any warning signs. It's perfectly, again, you got to really fail to have anything bad happen. I'm going to take control for a moment as you fly back to Izmir. You land the craft. The Izmirians obviously have a celebration that you've returned, as they normally do. You land. The Izmirians that you brought along with you are, come out as heroes and are cheered and celebrated as Cooney goes off to the Archaeotech facility, the medical facility, to gather up the drones, and Cray goes through the Izmirians and starts randomly, quote unquote, selecting the finest specimens to bring with you. Maybe Heinrich goes through and picks out some actual decent specimens to bring with you for additional fighters.
Oh yeah, I forgot. No, I realized what I wanted to do as well. I wanted to make it will be something for later. I wanted to make some fertility medicine.
Fair enough, I
I was
guess.
forgetting something I wanted to feed to the ancestors.
Oh god.
Craig comes back with a large dose of MDMA and starts
medications.
handing it out to the people. Only the
to the
finest
ones
of
with the good
specimens.
Good gene pool gets drugs, the other ones get the bullet.
The love drug.
Fucking hell.
As he selects the finest meat shields to take along, he gives the other actual finest specimens some MDMA and tells them to party and to make love as often as they can. How many meat shields do you want to bring along?
10?
Bring
yeah,
10?
I'd say 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring 10.
We'll
make sure specifically the ones with probably swords and shields.
We'll make a sloppy note of 10 meat shields. The decent fighters, obviously obviously Timmy is still coming along. You do have 3 plus Timmy is 4. No, sorry, I think you've got 5 including Timmy. Do you want to bring any more decent fighters?
What? So 5 decent fighters with las guns, are they? Or
no, they haven't.
What was the shooting corps? Are they?
So actually, let me double check. They may actually have las guns. The shooters. They may actually have las guns. I think they did when you went after the pirates, the slave camp. Pretty sure they did actually. I don't think they had solid projectile weapons. Do you want to round it up to 6? So you've got 3 shooters and 3 fighters, and Timmy.
Yeah, that works. You happy enough, guys? Happy enough with that, guys?
Because then you've technically got 15 NPCs that are not particularly valuable. Yeah, they have got las guns.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought that. We spent some time actually rebuilding some of the las guns.
Yeah. Not a problem. They've also got chainmail, shields, and leather, plus their leathery skin. Okay, so you've got 10 meat shields who are just Izmirian citizens. They can be given shields because you're manufacturing them now. So if they haven't already, they'll have spears and shields.
Sweet.
And then you've got 3 Bloodskinner fighters, 3 Bloodskinner shooters, plus Timmy to control them. You've got Muttermouth, Thomas, and yourselves. Sure, yeah. Let's say you spend the day organizing, getting ready, and so on and so forth. So day 184, you head off to the Screaming Valleys. Now, do you want to take the ship, or do you want to take the car and truck?
I think the ship would basically blast to everybody that were there. So
yeah,
yes,
might be a good idea to do the scouting with the car.
Yeah. Do you have your drones with you as well? Because that's kind of one of our main objectives to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. So I'm going to add on another 2 Izmirians who will stay with the vehicles. So you take the car and the truck. It doesn't take you long to actually get to the mouth of the valley. 32. Let me just see what's the 32. So it's taking you basically half a day, kind of, bit less, to get to the entrance of the Screaming Valley. So we'll plop you down there as you get to the entrance of the Screaming Valley. Now, sure, we've got enough time. So as you make your way through the Screaming Valley, you've left a couple of people to guard your vehicles. You've already made your way through the Screaming Valley once before, but So you know which ways to go. I'm not going to go through all the maps again because most of them are just looky. You get to the point where you started seeing the corrupted servitors or the rundown servitors, and where the valley itself had collapsed after the explosions and Kalindra was crushed. What you notice is that the rubble, the rocks and everything have been removed. It has been cleared. But you don't see any servitors at the moment.
Right.
Well, out of character, I'm not too worried.
For now.
I'm not too worried about one very.
I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that they nick the ship, so...
As you make your
just go
way,
back there and it's been completely disassembled.
as you make your way towards the Tau ship, would anyone like to roll anything as you make your way to the Tau ship?
Yes.
I would like to roll
I would like to roll awareness and silent move.
I would like to roll awareness with my augur ray.
Sure. So that's a plus 30 to your awareness, I believe, Cray, for the augur array.
I will use a fate point.
Plus 30?
Yes.
Okay, I got 2 degrees. Got 3
It's
degrees.
plus 20.
Ah, okay, plus 20.
I don't
Okay.
have a silent move.
So,
So,
nor do I.
I'm guessing Cooney takes point. Kind of makes more sense.
I would be, yeah.
So,
And if I were to be too far ahead of them for any reason, I would use concealment. And my concealment is kind of OP, so...
Just
sure,
hide.
that's not a problem. So as Cooney takes point and takes the lead, she does move just out of visual range, but still in comm speed range. Like Cooney, if you were to stop, it would only take a few seconds for the rest of the group to catch up to you. So you are scouting ahead, but it's a few seconds ahead. You're not sprinting off or anything. As you make your way through the valleys, past where the rubble has fallen down, heading towards the ship, you do start to hear noises. The noise of metal being worked. You silently move up as Cray, further behind, uses his augur array. And Cray, you are not only are you detecting movement and hearing noises, but you're getting a quite large, perhaps the size of a ship, of a shuttle, energy signature coming further down south, just at the max range of your augur array, as you're checking through the frequencies. Heinrich, you can hear the sounds of metal banging through the valley. Before, you were hearing screeching noises, which are still kind of there a little bit. But you can definitely hear banging. As Cooney gets within eyeshot of the crashed ship, it has been partially disassembled. Chunks of the outer hull have been removed. It has remained sealed, as in the ramp that you lowered before is still sealed, but there is a hole in the ship. And the materiel that has been removed is not there. And you can see a number of servitors continuing to work on stripping the hull.
Cooney will curse a little bit under her breath. in Tal. And then she'll relay what she's seeing.
But Cooney, you have your helmet on, yes?
I do.
As you observe, there's something that comes over your Tau communications that makes your blood freeze.
Oh, well.
You stop and listen. Was that actually what you heard? That can't be right. That cannot happen. You were sure you were alone. You were sure there were no other survivors, but you hear it. A distress signal. Tau Morse code. Save us. In the name of the greater good. Someone save us. And that's where we end our episode.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's better than I expected.
At least the ship is still there.
Of course, the others do. The others do know. You do inform them that, you know, servitors are here. You get that message off, but as your Imperial, you're using your Imperial comm bead through your helmet. You begin hearing Morse code, and it takes you a moment because it's garbled. It's struggling to get through, but eventually you can hear it. Again, I don't even know if Tau have Morse code. I'm just guessing that they must. You know,
I mean, they would. They are highly advanced.
but it's never.
species.
It's never specified. It's one of those things that I have to, like, as a GM, be like, well, they must have some sort.
Common sense.
It's common sense.
You would think
they would have like some form of equivalent. Yes, there is definitely like a non-verbal fucking communication they have.
You know, but
Yeah,
would you say the same for the Kroot, for the Vespit, for it? It's not stated.
Yeah, the Kroot do.
Yeah, they would.
I know the
Kroot actually do,
clicks.
because they have a little beak chatter. Their
This-
beak chatter is the equivalent of Morse code.
Yeah.
This sound-coded secret messages go back to like tens of thousands of years.
The tower only a few thousand years. I get it's not stated. That's why I have said that they must have. But yeah, it's one of those things that it's not specifically stated
It's
in
also
the
not
law.
specified that we have to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also technically as written, the Imperium doesn't even use Morse code anymore. Because in some books, they claim to be a ancient coding technique that is no longer used by the Imperium.
So that's what I mean. Is it guaranteed that GW never stated it, but I'm taking GM liberties by saying they must have some sort of, you know,
Some sort of
dots
code,
and
of course they
dashes
would.
that let people know that there's a distress signal that they can communicate in essentially a binary code, you know, beep beep boop boop beep beep, you know. So
It would be nonsensical to think that did not exist.
I'm putting it out that they have got some sort of Morse code-esque binary way of transmitting basic messages when possibly people are listening into communications. It's not stated anywhere, but I'm going to put it out there. They've got to have something like that. So yes, in the next episode, our group will possibly be taking back the Tau ship, killing the intruders, and maybe liberating more blue bastards. Yay! My favourite faction. More of them have turned up. So yeah, I certainly hope you've enjoyed this episode and are looking forward to the future episodes to come, where we will see what happens when the group use flame weapons, and will Cooney have the experience to be able to use those flame weapons? Whoa! How nice of a GM am I going to be?
It'll be fine.
Well, you can all find out in the next episode. So thank you all so much for watching.
We haven't touched this shit in like months, so
It has been a long ass time. So, yeah, you'll have to tune in next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everyone. And as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.